All right, so I want to share a little bit about my social media posting plan. This is the three types of posts that encourage high engagement and transparency. This is these three types of posts come from my mentor, Laurel Portier, who is a Facebook ads specialist and has made also really helped me dial in not just my paid ad strategy, but also my organic strategy. If you don't already have a copy of this document, the Coaching Business Prescription, this is kind of a follow-up to that document. In it, I talk about how to dial in an offer that people want, an audience that's engaged, and a sales strategy that's only focuses on the essential and effective ways of onboarding new prospect or new clients. If you would like to get a copy of this, just send me an email at scott@creativeonpurpose.com. I'll be happy to send it to you. All right, so the goal of this social media posting plan is to schedule 3 discovery calls a week. Now, when I began, I was lucky if I got 1 or 2 calls a week. Now I am probably getting 4, 5, even 6 calls a week. But just set a goal that through your organic social media strategy, you're trying to get to 3 discovery calls a week. The strategy is we're going to post 3 times a week and then spend 30 minutes a day responding and replying to those who react and comment to initiate conversations that we then move into private message conversations and convert into discovery calls. Now, you don't have to post one of each types of posts that I'm going to show you. You can pick and choose as your mood or as your prospects' need change. And the tactic we're going to use is we're going to create posts that encourage connection and conversation. More on that in a little bit. For those of you that are on Facebook and LinkedIn, the pro tip is your profile is going to get a lot more engagement than your page. And so some people have a lot of resistance around posting business stuff on their profile. That's fine. If you want to stick to your page, go ahead and do that. But the truth of the matter is the algorithm really works best on your profile. I personally believe in an integrated approach. I don't show up any differently in my personal life than I do in my professional life. So I'm not hesitant about sharing what I'm up to on social media. And as you'll see, we're going to incorporate some kind of slice of life posts on Facebook or LinkedIn, in addition to the things that look more like they're coming from our professional life. So just something to think about as you're getting started with this plan. All right, so here are the 3 types of posts. The first is what is called the research post. And what this is doing is it's a post that helps you define your audience pain point and aspirations. And what I've done is I've shared an example of one of these types of posts. So a couple things to note here. The first is that I always try to give some sort of incentive for people to read on. So I'll use free gift or free coaching for anyone who shares input. Now, that sounds like I'm setting myself up for a lot of work, but actually all I do is when someone responds with a question or a comment, I have so much content in my blog and my broadcast and YouTube videos that all I have to do is pick something that I've already created and I just share a link to someone as a way of providing them with additional insight, which is a great way, especially when I send someone to my blog or my broadcast, I'm sending them to my website, which gets them to where I live and where they're likely to click around and get more information about what we do. So here's an example of a research post. What is your current level of clarity or confidence about knowing your life's true calling, also known as your vocation or the difference only you can make? And I listed 3 answers. Now I didn't have time to or space to put all the responses, but you can see I got 48 comments here, which means since I responded to everyone, 24 people to date have left comments here. 1 person has shared this. I don't have a ton of reactions, but that's not what I'm here to do. I will sometimes respond in a private message to people that left a reaction and not a comment. They say, hey, thanks so much for supporting my post about clarity and confidence in around vocation. Do you feel that you're living into your vocation right now? And I'll start a conversation there. But the comments, when someone comments, what I do is I simply ask a follow-up question. When they respond to that, I usually have an idea for how I can move them into the next phase of my strategy, which is to do what's called an audit call. I will take a look at someone's, I have a process that helps people define their values, their talents, and where they belong. And I can then help them start to see where their vocation might lie. And so I'll ask in a private message conversation, hey, I have a Venn diagram that can show you how you can get started with dialing in the difference only you can make, or refining the difference only you can make. And if you want to hop on a 15-minute call, I'm happy to share that with you. And then I move them into that discovery call process. The next kind of post is what's called the Be Helpful post. And this is a post that demonstrates your expertise and empathy and earns enrollment by delivering value. Some really important elements of this kind of post. The first is you have to call out your ideal client avatar here. So in this post, I'm actually targeting people that already have a good idea of what their calling or vocation is. They are identifying as someone in midlife that is building an online business. We call these people encorepreneurs. You might not know what this means, but people that are in this realm know what this means. And so it's a really effective way of calling out who I want to speak to, making them stop the scroll and read on. I then deliver this next part, which is the promise of value. If you're struggling to start or scale your post-retirement venture, don't focus on your resume skills, do this instead. So I'm telling them what they're doing wrong, that they need to stop doing, and I'm alluding to the answer. I'm also kind of giving a definition of what an encorepreneur is in the promise of value. Give me a few minutes and I'll share how focusing on your resume skills is a really bad idea, and share some of the real skills that will help you dial in the difference only you can make. This is an extension of the promise of value. I then move into what we call the humble brag, a little biographical statement, letting them know what I do, Encore Coach, that I've helped hundreds of people find fulfillment and make their biggest contribution in their life's third act. I have this catchphrase, live your legacy. And then this other catchphrase, don't die with the difference only you can make still inside. Now, you don't have to have those catchphrases. It's just something that I've been putting into my posts because I know that this statement in particular, don't die with the difference only you can make still inside, really captures people's attention. So we have the headline calling out the avatar, the promise of value, why they're here, and what they're going to get from reading or watching this video. The humble brag, who you are and why they should listen, and then the call to action. Leave Encore in the comments or send by private message, and I'll drop the Art of Encore Living Quick Start Guide in your messenger. Now, since I posted this, I actually don't encourage people to send me a private message right away. I encourage only comments, because every time someone comments and I reply, it's boosting that post back up in people's feeds. And then I just had this little close, which you can choose to do or not do, a close of your own. It's just something that I've been signing off with on a lot of my videos and emails. There's a 3-minute video that delivers the value. The video follows the same format. Headline, who do I want to talk to? Promise of value, why are they here and what are they going to get from watching this video? Humble brag, who am I and why should they listen? And call to action, what should they do after they watch this video? Again, here I got 23 replies so far, 38 comments, 6 shares. So this is a piece of content that other people are really responding to and resonating with. They are sharing it on their own profile, which is generating more conversations. These comments, I'm continuing conversation in the comments themselves, but also moving them to private message, where I invite them to do an audit call. So these are people that already have an online business of some sort. I'm inviting to review their offer, audience, and sales strategy, to highlight what's missing, broken, or needs work, and then for those that want to take a bolder step into possibility, encouraging them to talk about how we might work together to help them. The third and final piece of content is the slice of life post. This post shares your personality, attitude, and interest. Now, this is the post that probably has generated more conversations, both in Messenger and on Discovery Call, than any other. And it's in part because we've got a baby in the picture, of course, but all I'm doing here is doing a little tweak of what I was doing in the Be Helpful post. Who do I want to talk to? People with lifestyle businesses. What's the promise of value? Well, you could be like me. I've created a lifestyle business that allows me to provide full-time daycare with my grandson Jasper, and spend all day with him and get all of my business-related stuff in just a couple of hours every day. I give them a little sense of what it used to be like, which amplifies the problem that they have, that they want to solve, the pain point or aspiration that they're after. And then I give them an incentive to have this conversation. I have a free 30-minute training about building or marketing and selling an online offer. Do you want to check it out? Leave a comment down below. You can see that 19 responses so far, 10 comments. That may not sound like a ton, but everybody that shared a comment got on a discovery call. I onboarded my last 3 clients using this post. And what I can do here is a lot of the people that shared a reaction were actually people that would really benefit from doing my audit, my offer audience sales strategy audit. So I just got in Messenger right away and said, hey, Elaine, Deanne, thank you for reacting to my post. It really helps more of the right people come across it and see it and engage with it. I know that these are people that I know, so I just shared, hey, how are things going with your online business? When they responded and let me know, I said, hey, do you know that I do this free offer audience sales strategy audit? Would you like to hop on a 15-minute call and did it? A number of these 19 people also hopped on an audit call, and some of them also became clients. So this is my 3 types of posts that I most frequently will share, and this is how I am getting at least 3 discovery calls a week. I'm only spending 30 minutes a day on social media responding to those who react and comment, and it's all done by just simply creating these 3 posts, these 3 kind of posts. Again, 1 post, 3 posts every day, 1 I just use one of those templates. Sometimes I do a bunch of lifestyle posts. Sometimes I do a bunch of Be Helpful posts. Sometimes I'll do a bunch of research posts, but mix and match as you see fit. I think if you do this, you're going to see a huge jump in engagement with your social media posts. And here's the other thing. By cross-posting to my page from my profile, I have got to the point now where actually my page is starting to generate a lot more engagement than it had been, because again, Facebook is not going to give you much engagement. The algorithm does not favor organic posting on your page, but this is a way that I've been able to get more engagement on my page by having posts that people are really interested in reacting and responding to. So I hope that that's helpful. If you give this a try, I'd love to hear how it works for you. You can send me a follow-up at scott@creativeonpurpose.com. And if you would like to go take a bolder step into your potential and into possibility with your online business by having your offer, audience, and sales strategy audited, go ahead and send me a message. I'll be happy to send you the scheduling link. It's an absolutely free, no pitch promise call. We'll dial in what's missing, broken, or needs work with your audience, offer, and sales strategy so that you can start to fix it and start to get more engagement with your offer and make the difference that only you can make. Hope that's helpful.